Okay, matrix, calculus, very important. We've worked out that the gradient of the tangent is the gradient of the curve itself at a specific point. What are other symbols for gradients, people? Is f prime x. They sometimes use dy dx, and the other one is dx. Okay, those are all symbols that mean the gradient of the tangent to that curve, or the gradient of the curve itself. This is so cool. Other words for gradient? Yeah, if you go to Australia, man, they call it the slope. If you're in Britain, oh my word, where you get very sophisticated people, it's going to be called the derivative of the function, okay? And of course, if you're in South Africa, we call it the rate of change, okay, rate of change. Okay, South Africa is a world of change, so let's look at it as a rate of change. Wonderful place to be. Derivative and slope, okay, these all mean the same. Okay, now if we look at, here's a typical exam question, guys. Determine the gradient of this parabola at x equals minus 3. Okay, we want the gradients, and what they would say to you, in fact, I'm going to add that on, is they use the word first, the words first principles. This is so important. From first principles, determine the gradient of this function, okay? Okay, this graph. Okay, now how do we do it? This is very important. We've got a limit. We've got a formula for gradients, and you write it down. You write this down. You memorize this, and it's on the formula sheet. F prime x is the limit as h approaches naught of fx plus h minus fx over h. Now, all you've got to do is you've got to bear with me. This is 6 to 8 marks. It's good stuff. Come on, guys. Let's master this. Okay, now what I'm going to do is notice I've color-coded that h. Okay, and I've got fx is equal to minus 2x squared plus 3. That's what they give us. And all I now need to know, now watch what I'm doing. People, this is important. I open brackets. Please do not mess this up. It is gift marks. Gradient, derivative, rate of change from first principles. Oh my word, how matrix mess this up. You don't want to do this. Okay, now watch this. I open the brackets. Okay, now what I do is listen. I've got the fx there. Okay. Now I'm going to add h's to all the x's, but I keep my brackets. Now watch this. I add an h to that guy and an h to that guy, but don't forget the brackets. That is so important. What I do is I tell my students, there's the x's, open, remove the x's, but make sure there are brackets there, and then plonk back the x. In other words, and then add h to those x's. And then what do we have here? Okay, now we've got that. So now now watch this, we've got this formula. Now we've got the blue fx there, which is given to us. They've got to give you that. Then you've got the red expression, which you've already worked out, minus 2x plus h squared plus 3. Remember the fx was x and then minus 2x squared. If you add h to the x's, you got on the left side f of x plus h, and here you've got x plus h in the brackets. Okay, in the brackets. Come on. Yasa, nasa, hasa, Jackie Chan, hasa. Keep those brackets there. Wasa. Okay. Because if you don't want to put the brackets, there's going to be big time Shushan, naughty things going on here. So now watch this. Oh man, this is so cool. You got to get this right. You have got to get this right. Okay, now watch this. Now, people, listen to the manure here. You're going to write this here. Now look what I do. I put a divide line divided by h and minus in front of those brackets. Protect yourself from the nasty little negative. Okay, he's negative. He's going to mess up the signs. So please, Mzansi, South Africa, the world, put a minus. Listen, just do what I'm showing you. Get these marks. Okay, make my day. Minus those brackets. That demon is going to drive me crazy. He's so bad. He's a demon. Put the brackets there. Protect yourself against. You don't want him to steal your marks. Okay. Oh, my. Okay, now people watch this. This is beautiful. Haha. Okay, now remember the blue one is f, the red one is the f of x plus h. That's that one. Bring him in. And what about the blue? The blue comes around and we're protecting him from that naughty negative. Okay, in brackets there. In brackets, do not drop the limit. Okay, this is important. Oh, this is so important, people. So very important. Let's backtrack a little bit here. Let's see. Okay, so there we've got fx. We've added an h to the x's. We've used brackets. Okay, and there's the demon. He's waiting there. Okay, now watch this. We've got the two things there. Now, put the limit there, bracket h, and circle that naughty negative and bring the guys in. The fx plus h, the red one and the blue one, bring him in. Okay, there we go. Okay, now it's easy. Now keep the notation, and then now you can multiply out. Now watch this. Okay, be careful. X plus h squared is x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. Don't say x squared plus h squared. And then you've got plus 3, and then this, the minus goes in and changes those signs. Keep the notation, keep the limit going down, and then multiply in. Okay, and then all you do, and you'll notice that those guys cancel, the 2x squareds minus and the 3's. And then what do we have? We've got this, take out the common factor h, and remember bracket there, but keep the symbols going. And then what do? Is we then cancel the h's there, and you plug in the naughts into there, and you've got your gradients. Okay, and then if you've got your derivative, what do we know? We can plug in -3, and we get our gradients of the tangent, gradients of the curve at -3, the derivative. Please master this. We're going to be back in next week with some more wonderful mathematics, wonderful calculus. Stay with us and be the best you in this section. Take care, guys. See you around. We'll be back soon.